Welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. I've got another project I can't wait to share with you today. It is using fresh freesia, which, as you know, is one of my favorite colors, and I'm combining it with a little bit of petunia pop today. I'm also using one of the, it's actually the free stamp set that you get if you join Stampin' Up! During this promotion time of celebration. It's a stamp set here. It's called Handmade Designs. I'm going to be using this image here today. If you join my team during celebration, you get, you can choose to receive 2 sets of markers. And each set of markers has 10 from that color family together. In there, you get 2 of those, the stamp set, and $125 of product of your choice for $99 plus tax, which is an amazing deal. All right, so the first thing I want to do is show you how to put these corner stamps. I'm using the spring corners. I'm using the Wishing You an Amazing Day. And I have used my glass mat to line the stamp up. And I'm going to use my clear block to pick it up. My paper is 2.5 by 2.5, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, 3 3/4 by 5, 4 by 5 1/4, and then my normal base of 5.5 by 8.5, scored it at 4 1/4 to create my card base. I'm going to stamp on the 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to use the Petunia Pop ink. And I'm guessing you've probably seen my video on inking these corners stamps with the stamp upside down. This way you don't get ink over here where you don't want it. So I'm using the Petunia Pop, and I found with these corner stamps particularly, I really like it if I have the corner next to me like this. Makes me feel like I can line it up and get a little bit better image that way. So that is that stamp. Now, there are 2 ways you can ink up the flower. Well, 2 ways I'm going to show you today anyway. The first way is using our markers, and that's why they're doing this promotion with the markers in the stamp set, because you're able to ink the stamp with your markers. So you can take the marker. I always use the side because I don't want the tip of my marker to get ruined. So I'm using the side of the marker. So you can ink it up like this. Now, if you're in a hurry or you don't have the markers, I'll show you another way you can do it. So markers are the first one. Got some green on my flower there. I don't want a green flower. I want a green leaf. There we go. So I could use the Petunia Pop marker, or I can take my ink pad and I'm going to ink it up. And make sure you use the side that doesn't have the little pull tray. You know, you pull like this to open and close your ink pad. You use the other end because you're closer to the edge there. And I'm going to ink my flower part. Now, to make sure I have it really good here down towards where the leaves are, I am going to use my marker here. And then, you know, that technique, I saw someone the other day called it a Darth Vader, which, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. All right, I call it huffing. We're going to take it, and I'm going to take my breath and moisten up the ink. And that makes it so it's ready to ink or to stamp. All right, so I'm going to turn it over. And go about like that. There we go. Isn't that pretty? That pretty image. I love how it's soft. Now, see, I could have maybe done that just a tad bit darker. Let's try it one more time. This time I'm going to ink it with the ink pad. See if that makes a difference. So we'll ink it with the ink pad. And I'll probably touch it up just a little bit with the marker. I tell you, I would have loved to have had this deal when I joined to get the markers as part of it, as a free gift. Just think that's so awesome. You get to be part of my team. I have an amazing group of ladies, and we get together, we craft together. We have our own Facebook page. They are so encouraging to one another, and I love my ladies. So if you're interested in something like that, just reach out to me. All right, let's try again. There we go. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look nice? So pretty. All right. Now I'm going to put my Shy Shamrock mat behind it. I don't know if you can hear the dog. All of a sudden we got a dog in the neighborhood that's just really upset. Might be because I saw a cat a little while ago. All right, so there's that piece. And then I grabbed some twine. I had made these bows for class the other day, and the ladies didn't use them. Some of them made their own. So I'm going to add this. You placing the twine right on the glue dot, pulling it off, and put it right there. What I love about the glue dot is after you get it on there, you can use it to position your bow so it sits the way you want it. Now I'm going to place this in the eyelet embossing folder, and I have found that it's a pretty deep embossing, which is what we normally want, but I actually don't want it quite that deep. So I'm going to flip it over so that the deep embossing actually goes on the back of this piece of paper. So I'm going to use the black line that they give us to line it up, and then I'm going to grab my cut and emboss machine, and I'm using the base, which is 1, and then I'm using 4. You're going to put your embossing folder so that the fold goes into the machine first. And I'm going to run it through. Need a bigger desk, don't I? Of course, if I had a bigger desk, I'd need a bigger office, which would mean I need a bigger spot in the house. So I guess we'll just leave it the way it is. All right. I like the background image on this one too. And I think it helps that the greeting, you can see it a little bit better by having the indentions going down instead of up. All right, so we're going to line this up. Grab some dimensionals. You've probably seen on some of my other videos, I'm in a cleanup mode, so got a bunch of side pieces of dimensionals that I'm trying to use up. All right, so we're going to put these on the corners. I love this greeting, wishing you an amazing day. That could go for any different, many different occasions. So I think it's a great one to have on a card and to have on hand so you can use it for whatever event comes up that you need a card. All right, we're going to place it right here. And then we're going to mount it onto my front of my card. I love this flower image. We had something similar a few years ago, and I was so sad when it was retired. It makes me really happy to have this again. All right, so there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I'm a little bit crooked here, so I'm going to pick this up, twist it over just a tad, and put it back down. There you go. I hope you've enjoyed watching this card creation. I would love to see how you take it and make something with it as well. I love to see what others create. Hope you've enjoyed this and have a great day.